gonna do now is see the spectrum of this pedal. So in other words, we'll just try to understand what each of the knob does in terms of the actual EQ. So I'm running white noise right now into the pedal and analyzing this with a span from Vox & Go. It's a free plugin that, as you can see, just shows all the frequencies here and the amount of frequencies. All I've done here is smoothen the curve a little bit and set the slope to 0 so that it's easier to understand what actually is going on. So right now the EQ link is off, the filter is fully open, we're in red mode, and let's just see what happens. Yeah, as we expected, there's a pretty big spike in high frequencies, the filter being fully open. So if we raise the gain, let's see first what happens here. If we raise the gain, we see a little bit just general, also more low end. It's interesting. If we raise the volume, we should just see a pretty direct, total raise in volume. And the filter, as we all know, in a rat, it's just a low pass filter. So right now we'll just see a little bit of a cut in the high frequencies, and also in the general volume clearly, because it makes it, takes off a little bit of the noise and the, there we go. So right now the EQ link is off. I think the interesting part of this pedal is actually the EQ link, because here we can get the tone and the voice command. The voice command is a little bit, actually that's kind of why I wanted to do this, because the voice command is quite unclear what it actually does. On some sources, so on the website it says that it's, what did I say, like you go through the various voicings of the big muff throughout the ages, whereas in on the explanation of it seems to be like a mid sweep. So let's turn to big muff mode now, and then we're gonna do the EQ link. For now we're just gonna keep that for later. So big muff mode, yeah, huge change. There's a lot more bass, clearly, not a whole lot of high frequencies, and we see something here, just, okay. So the tone knob is basically a tilt as far as I understand this, so we have less bass and more highs, and that's pretty much what it seems to be doing. Let's raise the gain a little bit and see what happens actually first. Okay, the gain gives us quite a bit of high frequencies, which could be also just noise, most probably. Like it gets noisier. Lower the gain. No, it doesn't actually shut down the pedal completely. Okay, let's keep it about, let's keep it about there. So as we can see, the tone control shifts a little bit the frequencies. With this we get quite a lot more of high frequencies, with like high mids, somewhere about 1.5k bump. And if we turn it there, we just get a ton of low end, like this proper doom scenario here. Just see, it's a very interesting sort of change that it has. There's some sweet spots where you just kind of really change a lot. And let's see what the voice actually does finally. Let's turn this back here. So the voice seems to be, you can't really notice it that much. I can attest that you can actually hear it. Maybe I will do a playing demo later on. As you can see, there's something going on. There's something going on particularly here at about at the mids. It's doing something with the mids there. And here it's kind of raising them, and here it's just shutting them off, cutting them. Here it's also raising a little bit of the low end once you have to tilt. Okay, let's see what happens. So if I keep the voice here and turn the tone knob. Okay. Let's do it like this now. Okay, it does seem to morph how the tone knob works. See here, it really seems to have the center of this here kind of as this tilt. It's kind of like a seesaw. Okay, let's put it here. Yeah, it behaves very differently. Okay, I see. Especially when you go here. So if you raise the tone knob and you have the voice knob at minimum, it does get very yeah, here it's ridiculously flat and scooped. And then if you do this, you get a little bit more of the mids. Interesting. It's an interesting little pedal. I hope you have been able to see. I didn't know, I didn't look too much. Okay, so let's stay at the big muff and let's turn on the EQ link. Yeah, right, straight away we get a little bit of a volume, but doesn't really change much because right now the filter knob is anyway full. So let's start low passing it, and it does kind of what we expected. Lowers the volume, and does it lower any? Yeah, like tiny bit. I mean, or it's already cut the high frequencies. So let's turn on the tone knob, which seemed to be the one giving me back high frequencies. Yeah, not much of a change. Okay, interesting. Really not much of a change. I can attest also this though. You can hear it, so I think maybe let's raise the gain here. Maybe you can hear it way more when you raise the gain. Doesn't change too much. Yeah, this should be giving it a low pass filter, but seems to be fairly weak in this mode. Again, at least on the spectrum analyzer, this is nowhere near a valid way of really checking things. It's fun though to look at, you know, to know what everything does. Let's turn the gain down again, because otherwise it's quite crazy. Yeah. They do seem to behave differently though, all of these knobs. I think they're not really behaving the same way as they did before. Yeah, you see now I switched off the EQ just now, and it does what we saw before, that seesaw effect. I turn this up, there comes in a lot of high frequencies with the filter open. I cut it off, and it goes to, well, yeah, with the filter fully closed. Oh, that's interesting. With the filter fully closed, it's the same. EQ link on or off, so now it's off, now it's on. Literally no difference. If I open the filter fully, see now the EQ link is off, now it's on. So it kind of gives him back a bit of high frequencies. That's interesting. I wonder how the circuit was. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. Yeah, and here it also got some things. Yeah, it makes sense. Alright, well, that's been a long video already, that deep pedal. Let's do with the rat. Almost forgot, so we'll switch off the EQ link again. Go into the rat mode. And now we are fully open rat mode. Raise the gain a bit. EQ link is on, so let's see now. The filter seems to be a little bit weaker as well. Interesting. So maybe the filter is before, I don't know. And the tone does the same, yeah. But it doesn't seem to be cutting much of the high end when it goes like this. It just seems to be raising the low end. Interesting. And time to turn the voice up. Right here. Both are about 3 o'clock. Okay, yeah, this is interesting too. The voice knob seems to be raising anything from about like low mids, 800 Hz and so. Let's keep it high. And let's turn this a little more bass. Yeah, not much of a difference. Barely noticeable. Now the filter is very strong. Interesting. Yeah, it's like it's in some cases the filter is stronger than in others. So it feels like with the filter on, the tone knob suddenly becomes more powerful and very big muffy. Like it behaves exactly in the same way. Interesting. That's kind of cool. And let's see with this fully here. Yeah, okay, that's pretty cool. Great pedal, not an easy one to use, I found. Not an easy one to use and not an easy one to like understand deeply, but it does a lot. Yeah, it is cool. I think the tone knob is yeah, the voice knob is clearly just look at that, you can really see the effect on this one. Very cool. Well, I will try to do a demo of it at some point, maybe, and I will keep doing this analysis of the spectrum of the pedals.